The Carpenters Union is more than just folks going to work and building the buildings that you see every day. We're about building the community.
Being in the union for 32 years, of a union man, I'll always be a union man, and I think every job should be a union job.
This is our livelihood. This is how we feed our families. This is how we put our kids through college and just to stay alive and survive. We need all the members together. We need to stick together and work together.
If we don't stick together, we're only going to fall apart in the end.
To be a true union member, you have to believe in union principles. You have to understand and want to participate in building a strong union.
We are part of the community. Our members come from the community. We work in the community. And this is an opportunity for us to give back to the community.
I feel like I'm making a little bit of a difference, you know, and helping somebody out. Like I said, if I could help one person, that's fine. That's good. I feel like I've done something.
We could not have done this project without the Carpenters Union.
They just have no idea what a difference it's making.
Without the Carpenters Union, we would not have had these rooms, these walls.
And we just really appreciate everything every member has done. As small as they think it may be, every little bit just adds up.
All right, good evening. Nice to see you all. For those of you who don't know, I am Mark Ehrlich. I'm the Executive Secretary Treasurer of the New England Regional Council of Carpenters. And I want to welcome you to the first UPP Carpenters Appreciation Night. This is going to be, I think, a pretty special night. This is something we've been planning for a while, and we're really excited about how it's going to turn out. Tonight is really an opportunity to thank our members who have made the union participation program the success that it has become since we started over 2 years ago. During that period, nearly 7,000 members participated in nearly 800 events, bringing our skills as carpenters to rebuilding our communities, attending rallies to send a message to non-union contractors, supporting pro-worker political candidates, as well as dozens of other ways to improve the region we live and work in. The premise of the UPP program is simple. It's that all of us have a responsibility to protect and sustain the union character of our industry. So we've asked everyone to give back. Just a little, 2 hours, that's all. And you responded. The program was designed as a way to express union citizenship. We're union carpenters, and that means not only are we skilled and productive trades workers, but we believe in and carry out the broader mission of our union to make sure that working people can earn decent wages and benefits, work under safe conditions, and retire with dignity and respect. Unions are the pathway to the middle class, to realizing the American dream. Strong unions make for a strong America. And the strength of unions ultimately depends on the commitment and participation of you, our members. So as we began to think about the best way to thank all of you who made the UPP program a success, we wanted to make sure that our event was accessible to all the members across New England. So while I am speaking to you tonight from Boston, thanks to 21st Technology and all the gremlins in the back corner room, this event is being streamed live on nerc.org/UPP. Members can watch on their computers at home, and there are 15 events in different areas of the region where members have gotten together at union halls to watch. So hello and good evening to all of you, not just the people in this room, but all of you who are watching this stream live. And welcome to our first Carpenters Appreciation Night. We've got a great program ahead of us, and let me just explain a little bit about how it's going to work. Every member who participated in a UPP event has a slip in that barrel near the side of the stage. One slip for every event that they did. Brian Richardson and Al Picaro, the two gentlemen in the Hawaiian shirts, will start to draw their names now. For the first set of prizes, they've already done it because we had to get it done in advance. The slips will go into the TV control room. There they are, live and in action. It goes back, you'll see on the screen, into the TV control room, and it'll be typed to be read and shown on the screens. In between, while we're compiling the list of names, we'll tell you a little bit about some of the programs and events that have made the UPP a success. We're going to be giving away a lot of great prizes tonight, so stay tuned for the entire program if you're watching on satellite or streaming. It won't be too long. We figured out how to do this quickly. We got a bunch of big screen TVs, we've got iPads, we got Sonos speakers, we got Kindles, we got surround sound speaker systems, and we've got some great grand prizes. We're going to be giving away five $5,000 vouchers for the Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. That says one grand prize. That is wrong. Multiply that by 5. So, for those of you who've seen some of the promotional material that's been put out about this program, as we've said, you can trade in your work boots for flip-flops, and you won't need a snow shovel like we needed here unless you want to build a sandcastle. So a couple of ground rules. First off, anybody who works on staff for the council is not eligible to win. Members who have left the union cannot win, and a member can only win one cruise. Conceivably, you could win multiple other prizes. We will announce winners' names and their local unions. We will also put the names of all of the winners at www.nerc.org/UPP with the last 4 digits of their U number in case we have people with the same name in the same local. We will have that list up as soon as possible. If you win a prize, we will send it to your local union for pickup. Members that are here at the Carpenters Center can take their prizes home with them tonight if you win. But if you're at home or at a viewing event somewhere, we'll get your prize out to your local union. Following the broadcast, every group viewing event with more than 25 members will have a drawing for a door prize, which is a big screen TV. So that's eligible for anybody who showed up tonight. Events that really turned out members will also get a $100 Visa gift card to draw, and events that had really, really big turnout, and we heard that there's well over 100 people in Millbury tonight. Hello to all of you. We'll be holding drawings for a second TV and a second $100 gift card. So if you're at an event, stick around after the broadcast. All right, time to get started. Let's find out who the winners are. So the first prizes we're announcing, Al and Brian already drew, will be 12 Kindle Fire tablets with $100 Amazon gift cards to get you started with content. The winners are Corey Rinaldi, Local 33. Daniel Giannetti, Local 624. If you're here, by the way, let me know. Bertrand Bibo, Local 33. Stefan Dima, Local 218. Daniel Alfayate, Local 723. Steve Singleton, Local 424. If I mess up some names, I apologize. Sean Nedovestek, Local 43. John Healy, Local 67. Kevin Agan, Local 24. Matt McGurn, Local 108. Bradley Smith, Local 108. Natal Giancarella, Local 24. Dylan Kerr, Local 108. Mick Bodley, Local 108. They did well on this. And Albert Spahiu, Local 33. So, congratulations to all of you. Now, before we go any further, yes? You're one, just who are you and what local you're from? Congratulations, you'll get them afterwards. Way to go, my man. Anybody else? What's your name? What local? What is it? All right, what's your name? All right, congratulations. We'll get... Anyone else? Before we go any further with the prizes, we're very fortunate to have a message from one of our best and most consistent allies in Washington, D.C. In a very short time, Senator Elizabeth Warren has become our nation's leading spokesperson for working families and economic justice. We are so proud that she is one of ours.
Hello. I wish I could be with you in person for the Carpenters Appreciation Night, but I'm afraid we're just going to have to settle for video. So, let's do it this way. A big thank you to Mark Ehrlich for inviting me to join you, and to the New England Regional Council of Carpenters for hosting this terrific event. And also a big thank you for all you have done for me. The Carpenters have had my back from the beginning, and I promise I'll have your back. I'm glad to have the chance to speak with you, even if it has to be by video, because I truly appreciate the work your members do in our communities day in and day out. I know how powerfully important it is to have a strong labor movement in this country if we want to grow and strengthen our middle class. It's great that the economy has improved and is continuing to improve. But far too many families across the country are still getting squeezed hard by an economy that just isn't working for them. These families are working harder than ever, but they just can't get ahead. Many feel like the game is rigged against them, and they are right. The game is rigged against them. Unfortunately, too many politicians here in Washington have just looked the other way. Instead of running government to expand opportunity for our workers, Washington has far too often advanced policies that just hammer America's middle class even harder. You know, it wasn't always this way. When I was growing up, working men and women had a powerful and effective advocate in the labor movement, a labor movement that represented about a third of the American workforce. And whether or not individual workers were members of unions, all working people benefited from the contributions of unions. Labor negotiations on wages, health care benefits, pension protection helped to lift the floor for everyone. And not only did workers' incomes and benefits rise, our GDP kept going up too. In other words, as our families got richer, our country got richer. And as our country got richer, our families got richer too. You know, throughout our history, powerful interests have tried to capture Washington and just to rig the system in their favor. But we didn't roll over. At every turn in every time of challenge, organized labor has been there, fighting on behalf of the American people. With labor's help, we can make new choices that put working people first, choices that reflect our deepest values, because we believe in an America that builds opportunities, an America that values good livable wages, that protects pensions, that expands Social Security, an America that once again grows a strong, vibrant middle class. We believe in that America, and we will fight for that America. Change isn't easy, but we know it is possible. And if we fight side by side, I know that we will build that America again. Thank you for everything you do for working families. We're in this together all the way.
All right. Thank you, Senator Warren. She is truly something special. Okay, now it's time to reward some more of you who have helped make our union strong. The next set of 15 winners that I'm going to read that were drawn by Al and Brian will receive top-of-the-line Sonos 5 speakers. The winners are Jesse Roberts, Local 43, John White, Local 33, Nelson Echeverria, Local 43, Steve Sipperly, Local 24, Mike Milanese, Local 40, William Hernandez, Local 218, Joe Picaro, Local 218, Stephen Mahoney, Local 424, Joe Cahill, Local 67, Michael O'Neill, Local 108, Kurt Nevins, Local 424, Joseph Carigna, Local 24, Kendrick Durand, Local 24, Dan Duffy, Local 40, and John Rizzo, Local 424. Anybody here? Name and local.
Hernandez, Carpenters, Local 218.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. The next prize will be drawn now and will be the first of our 5 Royal Caribbean cruise vouchers worth $5,000. Now, I know nobody's really interested in that, but we're going to do it anyway. So the way we're going to do it, because this one is so critical, they're going to do it right now, and they're going to hand me the slip, and I'm going to read it, and I sure hope as hell I can read it. Was it Keith what? The first Royal Caribbean cruise voucher goes to Keith Wynelt of Local 33. You here by any chance? Congratulations, Keith. I hope you have a great time. All right. Before we announce our next set of prizes, we're going to show you a video about the 300 hitter program that the UBC has developed for carpenter leaders in the industry. We sent a group of 150 carpenters to Las Vegas last year, and another similar sized group will be going in April. This is an ongoing program that is set in the UBC's spectacular training facility in Las Vegas and designed to promote union citizenship among our members across the US and Canada. Hopefully, you will all get a chance to go as well.
Journeyman Leadership Program, or the 300 Hitters Program as it's called, is a 4-day training event put on by the UBC Department of Education and Training. It takes place at the International Training Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's designed for journey-level carpenters so they can learn the importance of communication and leadership and how that affects their contractors and their job sites every day. The 300 Hitters is a baseball reference. A baseball player who has a batting average of 300 is an asset to his team. Somebody who has a batting average of 300 over the course of his career is going to the Hall of Fame. Well, we have members like that in our ranks that are 300 hitters. They're assets to their contractors. They're assets to their union, and they can help elevate the people around them.
If you get up and you do the right thing, and you're responsible, professional, and you have the discipline, people look at that and tend to follow the example of a leader.
Being a leader goes far beyond one's title. An effective leader is someone who inspires confidence. They'll serve as a role model to others and give them someone to aspire to and to emulate.
The initiative was taken by the International to bring us out there to train us. So that's a commitment by the International that they want to improve the qualities and qualifications of the membership.
The 300 Hitters program trains our members in some soft skills rather than the mechanical skills that they're already well versed in. Some of the soft skills that they learn are leadership, communication, and mentoring. So these are skills that would translate well across any industry, not just construction.
I was one of the participants that was picked for the 300 Hitters Club. Leadership turns into good communication, because without leadership, you're lost.
When you have that upbeat in your step and you are really working hard at your job, you're going to succeed. And when you succeed, the people around you are going to succeed.
We're a customer service-based industry, and we don't always teach that to our members. But our members really need to understand that they're serving a customer every single day. Whether that customer is their contractor, or if it's a developer, or an end user, or an architect, it's a customer. And we want that customer to have a great experience with us and turn to the Carpenters Union and our signatory contractors the next time they're looking for construction services.
Jump at the opportunity. You will be blown away by the experience you're going to have out there. You're going to realize what you are part of. You're going to realize how lucky you are to be part of it. And you're going to realize that you have a responsibility to be productive for these union contractors.
Our success rests with the success of our contractors, which rests with the ability, the productivity, and the great attitudes of our members, their employees. The people that go through the program are so impressed, so appreciative, so enthusiastic, and ready to come back and change the culture of their union, change the culture of their work sites, their contractors, and their unions.
There is a great life to be made here. It's a life that you can enjoy if you behave responsibly, if you're motivated, if you understand your role in that. You have a good career ahead of you yet.
I had pride of being in the union before. This just elevates it. I do see things differently. I see the vision, how they want to bring the union up. You really realize how far we've come, how far we've gone, and how we're still moving forward. We haven't stopped. We'll keep moving forward.
This is a really great program. We are fortunate to have a representative of the International here who I will introduce a little later on. Hopefully, many of you in this room will get an opportunity to go to Vegas and participate in the 300 Hitters program. But we're here for prizes tonight, and that's where what the next step is. So, time for more. Next up are those surround sound systems. We've got 17 to give away. And the winners are Mike Whalen, Local 33, Walter Carlson, Local 26, Fillmore Davis, Local 43, Orel Davis, Local 43, Chris Nocella, Local 218, Leonard Wells, Local 108, Ryan Burke, Local 24, Dave Dow Jr., Local 218, William Edge, Local 94, Doug Oldham, Local 275, Robert Samuels, Local 43, Jay Pugliese, Local 67, Thomas Gribben, Local 24, Edgar Giroyard, Local 24, Stephen Dwyer, Local 67, Cremis DaCosta, Local 26, and Eric Garofalo, Local 43. Is anybody on that list here tonight? Okay. Congratulations to all of you. You'll be getting your packages at the local union. All right, it's time for the second voucher for a Royal Caribbean cruise. Al and Brian. I need my glasses.
Yeah, Harold Neto.
Harold Nadeau from Local 26. All right, Harold, well done. Enjoy it. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. Okay, we've still got iPads, TVs, and more cruises. Before we get to them, we want to show you one more video of our members making a difference. Our Training Funds Helping Hammers program has done dozens of charitable building efforts for nonprofits, municipalities, and individuals in need. It's a great program that our apprentices and instructors really enjoy. They bring their skills, they learn on the site, and they're able to give back to their communities. The video that you are about to see is a perfect example of the best of that program.
I think it's one of the most iconic images that people have of Pettix. You know, people sometimes get the islands confused, or which island is that, but they know Pettix from the chapel, you know, because it shows such a striking feature from the water. Pettix Island is one of our most historic, and it's actually our largest island that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts owns. The chapel was built during World War II, and it was a sort of a military kit chapel, so there were hundreds of them built all around the country, several right here in Massachusetts. In the 1970s, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts acquired this island and many of the other islands, and it became Boston Harbor Island State Park. In the 1996, it became a national park. So over that time, we've been really struggling with how to preserve the history that's here and also make the island safe.
And one thing that we did as part of the Boston Harbor Island Alliance is we got funding and we basically brought electricity over in 2005, 2006. And we decided that it was important to stabilize some of the buildings before we lose all of the buildings. And the one thing we wanted to make sure is that we didn't lose the chapel. We could not have done this project without the Carpenters Union. This chapel was in really tough repair. And it's one thing we really wanted to get done, and we just couldn't do it financially. And when the Carpenters agreed to help us out with their apprentice program, we asked them and they agreed, and we are thrilled.
This project was one of the better learning experiences because it was all carpentry. There's a lot of stuff that couldn't be duplicated in the classroom. So there's a lot of finish work, and because we were on an island, we had to adjust on the fly. We made our own moldings, and we recreated the original moldings. We really had to think about what was coming up and what we needed for supplies.
As far as the training piece, a really incredible opportunity to work on something that we wouldn't get to work on in the field. You know, there aren't many buildings like this that are not being gutted and made contemporary. This is supposed to look the way it looked when somebody walked in here in the 1940s.
When you're working on stuff like this, it's fascinating. You come in here and you see the old buildings. I mean, you're repairing something that's got so much history, and you get to, hey, I was a part of it, or hey, I did that. You know, people come out here and so many people are going to see what we've had the chance to do.
We've had over 100 apprentices out here working, and that's pretty amazing to get 100 people out here who have never been here before. They'll bring their families and they'll say, I worked inside that chapel.
So one of the big stumbling blocks is the windows, the price of the windows to get totally replaced. And then we were informed that there's an identical chapel in South Weymouth, Naval Air Force Base. So we measured these windows up, went up there and measured those windows, and they were within an inch. So we were able to take those out, fix them up, reglaze them, and use them in this chapel.
Here is almost 100% hands-on. You can actually work with an instructor doing a project, so you see the tricks that they've picked up over the years and how they do things, which I think is easier to pick up when you see it and actually do it with your own hand.
It's been a wonderful experience working with the apprentice program. First is that we were able to get a lot of work done at good value. But also for me, you know, I see a lot of young people from the Carpenters Apprentice program coming out here and sort of falling in love with the island and just thinking, how cool is this? And they're all local guys that are gonna always have fond memories of Pettix and the project that they did out here.
This is a benefit to the entire community, to any kid who lives in Greater Boston who wants to just get away from the city for a while, or any tourist that comes into Boston and as they fly over or they ferry in, they see the islands and they see the iconic chapel. From the Boston Harbor Island Alliance, from DCR, from the whole community, from anyone who comes out here to visit, I just want to say thank you. This project could not have been done without the assistance of the Carpenters Union and some of the other volunteers that we've had out here. It would be hard to replace everything that's in here now. So for them to just bring it back to life is just the most important thing that could happen here.
Okay, these projects have a real impact. Not only did our apprentices bring back to life a chapel in beautiful Boston Harbor that had been in total disrepair, but we are also the honoree at the Boston Harbor Island Alliance's annual fundraising gala this summer. The Carpenters Union will be recognized for its contribution to the benefit of this entire community. This video and our work will be on full display to leaders of the area philanthropic and business community. It's a very big deal and a very big honor. And I would also say, for any of you who have not been to the islands, do it. The Boston Harbor Islands are magnificent, and being on especially spring, summer, and fall, maybe in the last month it wasn't so hot, but in the spring, summer, and fall to be out in the water in one of the islands, in Petix Islands, is absolutely spectacular. So I strongly recommend that you go there if you have not. Okay, back to the prizes. Remember, all prizes will be delivered to the appropriate local union for distribution to the winning member, unless they're here in the room. If you're here, pick it up at the end of the program. So the next thing we're giving out is the iPad Air. These, by the way, are all of fairly significant value. And you should understand that these are really nice prizes. I think they speak for themselves. The winners, the 12 winners of the iPad Air are Robert Burdick, Local 107, Brian McGee, Local 40, Michael Turner, Local 24, Ray Godbout, Local 33, Stephen McDougall, Local 24, Jeffrey Brazzo, Local 108, Sean Dutzen, Local 24, Anjay Princhik, Local 210, Greg Wing, Local 108, Matt McDonough, Local 67, Francis Gingras, Local 107, and Chuck Riley from Local 40. Anybody here? All right, congratulations to all of you. Okay, we have the third cruise prize now. Gents, have at it. Well, we have Jeremiah Parang, and I am having a hard time reading whether it's Local 210 or Local 218, but it looks like Local 218. So, no Jeremiah here tonight. Congratulations. We will be contacting you soon. Okay, stay with us. We got a few more prizes to come, and they're good ones. And remember, if you're in the room or at a sponsored viewing event, stick around for a chance to win a door prize. We've had, I think, the count here was over 250, so we're going to have a number of door prizes after the broadcast is over. Just want to talk a little bit about the UPP, the Union Participation Program. It's just one of a series of new programs that the Council has developed as part of our effort to create a more modern and union that benefits the membership. Many of you already know that we have established a mentoring program that pairs veteran union carpenters like many of you in this room with some of the hundreds of new members who are joining across New England. You may not know, but in the last 15 months, we have taken in 1,500 new members, about 40% apprentices and about 60% journeymen. It is critical that this next generation of union carpenters is just as active and just as committed as you are. So if you want to volunteer to be part of the mentoring program, contact your local union. You can help define what the next generation of union carpenters will be like. We have also begun what we call a NERC Alert texting program to better communicate with you. If you text NERCC to the number 91990 on your cell phone, you can sign up for updated information. All right, on to the big screen TVs. Tonight, the 15 lucky winners of 55-inch high-definition flat screens are Daniel Taravella, Local 43, James Sang, Local 33, Lawrence Shea, Local 40, James Foley, Local 40, Damian Silva, Local 1305, Al Trombley, Local 108, Thomas Nobert, Local 40, Gordon Gillis, Local 40, Craig McDonald, Local 275, Ryan Lemire, Local 40, Brian Murphy, Local 424, Jeffrey Goulet, Local 94, Ed Gravel, Local 107, Doug Frawley, Local 624, and Walter Bartberger, Local 535. Is anybody here whose name I read off? Who is it? Go to the mic. Tell us. Name and local. Ryan Lemire, Local 40. Congratulations, Ryan. All right. We have 2 cruises left. And now for the grand finale, I want to introduce one of our own to announce the final 2 cruise winners. UBC General Secretary Treasurer Andy Sillins is a product of New England and a member of Local 67. Andy is a national figure in the UBC and beyond, and I just personally want to say I rely on Andy for guidance, for direction, and consider him a great friend. Andy Sillins.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me. Tremendous success on your program. And I just want to thank you personally from the International about your participation in this program. It's great to be home, see some old friends, and I've never been on simulcast before, so I hope I'm saying hi to a few friends throughout New England right now. I know you've had a hard day's work, and I think we get on with the prize.
All right. Alan Bryan will pull out 2 more names that Andy will read.
Brian, get tired.
All right, let's get one of the. All right. Tim Pinette, Local 43.
What is it?
Tim Pinette.
Tim Pinette.
Local 43.
Tim Pinette, Local 43. Eric Headley, Local 108.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for letting me be here.
All right. Look, thank you. This has been a great evening with a lot of really terrific prizes. Remember, can I have your attention? We're almost done. Remember that all the winners announced tonight will be posted on nerc.org/UPP as well as our Facebook page. If you're a winner and not in this room, you can pick up your prize at your local union. This is the first. We're going to be doing this in every cycle for the UPP. So those of you who participated, we want to thank you. You weren't necessarily aware that there was going to be this kind of acknowledgement, and thank you. This is what we're going to be doing in the future. So when you go to a UPP event, think maybe you end up with the Caribbean cruise. And for those small number of members who chose not to go and pay an assessment, maybe next time they'll think, whoa, for 2 hours, I gave up a shot at that. So this is going to be happening. This is part of our program. You give to the union gives back to you. We build a stronger union. That's what it's all about. I could not end tonight without thanking everyone who made this logistically challenging program a success. Hang on, let me just bear with me just for a few moments longer. All the council staff pitched in, but I need to single out a few people. Bert Durand, Molly Walsh, and Ellen Weber from our communications department, who saw this project through from vision to execution. Thank you. John Flavin, who coordinates the mechanics of the UPP program. John, thank you. And Dan the Man O'Connell, who picks up all the pieces to make sure that all the glue sticks and everything goes together and the people have a place to park. Thank you, Dan. Finally, this has been an evening to honor our members and appreciate what you do to make this union strong. The New England Regional Council of Carpenters is growing, and we are organizing. We signed 42 new contractors last year. We signed companies that people thought would never happen. This is a sign of a strong, vibrant, robust union that you are part of. We are stronger than ever, and a lot of that is thanks to all of you. Good night.